Well, hey, beautiful people. Welcome back to another episode of Point of View. Today, we are welcoming back author, actress, and singer, Miss Raquel Herring, as our guest co-host. Hey, girl, hey. Love this ponytail.
Thank you.
Well, here's what's coming up next. In Family Matters, is Family Matters one of the greatest Black sitcoms of all time? Well, not according to Jaleel White, a.k.a. Steve Urkel, who thinks that they rank at the bottom of the barrel. And later in Girlfriend's Guide, we're diving into why Drea Kelly chooses to keep her last name. So get comfy and join the discussion. This is POV. Woo! Well, honey, Mr. Steve Urkel himself from the hits 90s sitcom Family Matters recently shared in an interview that while the show was undeniably successful, he believes it ranks at the bottom compared to similar shows. Take a look.
You know, Blackness has been treated as a very monolithic experience in entertainment. You know, if it's not a hood story, it's not a Black story. And, you know, sometimes I feel left out of that. You know, so it's like, you know, like if there's ever a poll and they say, oh, what are your favorite Black shows? And, you know, Martin is in there or Living Single or any of those kinds, I already know we coming in last. But if there's ever a poll and it's just like your favorite family shows and suddenly Martin's not in there or whatever, all of a sudden we rank really high.
Well, I think he answered his own question. Like, it's different genres of Black TV shows.
Exactly.
Like, he can't compare it to Martin.
No.
What y'all think about that?
I can understand, though, the part of him saying he felt left out. You know, I got to talk about myself. I felt left out as, like, being the first Afro-Latina Mouseketeer on an iconic show that was, like, always white until, you know, it wasn't. Mm-hmm. And then being the first Black girl Mouseketeer on Disney Channel's Mickey Mouse Club, you know, I see so many people, like, recognized for being the first Black this, the first Black that. And, yeah, I don't get any of that love, any of that recognition. So I know how he feels when he says, like, it's just like you're not being even considered. You're just like, whatever, not even thought about. Yeah. So I get that because it doesn't make you feel good when you've made accomplishments, you know, and then maybe you think about it or someone tells you, oh, wait, that's a big accomplishment. And then everyone else is like, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can understand and I appreciate that. At the same time, I do feel like Jaleel White was definitely reaching. Right, because I feel like, you know, in the Black Family Matters is up there. Like, I legit have my own family now, and I watch, my 2-year-old knows who Steve Urkel is. You know what I'm saying? Like legit.
That other show with,
Mr. Cooper?
No, JJ.
Oh.
Was it JJ? Good Times.
Good Times, yeah.
Like
we didn't get over the Good Times yet. We didn't get on Good Times
Never
yet.
mind.
But Good Times is definitely a staple as well. But one thing that I do want to say is I don't necessarily appreciate that Jaleel is having this conversation. Yes, there was another Black co-host, but in front of like almost a completely white audience.
That is true.
And I just feel like, you know,
it's a little shady.
Yeah, let the Black experience be shared amongst the Black people, because you're sitting in front of these, you know, white people, and they're laughing and clapping, you know.
As if they understand.
As if they understand, exactly.
Yeah.
And I feel like his answer was tailored a little bit more to appease like them, and I really didn't like that. On top of the fact that Jaleel's new wife, I believe he recently got married, is white. His daughter mama is white. I did go down a rabbit hole of his Instagram page a few weeks ago. All his friends is white.
Yeah.
And so even for him to say about, you know, not being a part of the hood stories, the other shows that he mentioned were also not hood stories.
But what hood stories?
I didn't understand that hood stories, though.
Because he's in front of the white people, so now he want to talk about the hood Black experience.
So I didn't know Martin was a hood story.
Exactly.
Living Single.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was not hood.
Right.
Living Single
was not hood.
What are you talking about?
Right.
Child.
So that was interesting to me for him to make that.
That's wild.
Use those words.
What's your favorite, since we're here, you know, and he already ranked Family Matters at the bottom of the barrel, but what is y'all's favorite 90s sitcom?
For me, I love this underrated show called My Brother and Me, and it wasn't on for long. I love My Brother and Me. I love Sister, and against what Jaleel is saying, I love Family Matters.
I love Family
Yeah.
I like Family.
And I was a Full House Seventh Heaven girl
Yeah,
too.
me too now. Say by Bell. Say by Bell. What about you, Raquel?
Well, I was on the Mickey Mouse Club, so I would say that was my favorite. No, I'm just kidding. But out there. No, but I like Sister. I really can't remember any right now, but I know I watched a lot of them. So,
Yeah.
yeah. But I interviewed people from Beverly Hills 90210 recently.
Beverly Hills.
Oh, that's
Seventh
awesome.
Heaven.
Oh, I love Seventh Heaven.
Punky Brewster.
I don't remember
You
that
know
one.
Punky Brewster?
about
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Jenny? What's your favorite 90s sitcom?
I had a few, but I'm gonna say Martin.
Martin, okay.
say Martin.
Martin is a
was
classic.
good.
That was
For
fun.
sure.
Martin was like super hilarious. Like they were like, you got a little piece of everything in every
Everything.
episode. So yeah, I like
Okay.
Martin.
I would say the same. Martin, Living Single.
Was the Cosby
I would be
Show
in and
there?
out of living single.
Cosby Show would be considered 90s.
But you know what? Which one would you guys say you learned the most from?
Oh, that's hard. It
I'ma
depends
say
on the
Girlfriends.
situation.
Now
Okay.
I learned the most
I can
from
see
Girlfriends.
you learned the most from
good.
Girlfriends.
That's
Okay.
all right.
I learned a lot from Girlfriends, but I
Yeah.
want to say I think I learned a lot from Living Single. Like
Really?
Yeah,
I was in and out of that. I was
it's
in and out of
Khadijah.
that one.
It's Overton for me. It's Sinclair, baby.
Oh, okay.
Khadijah was my girl.
Yeah.
Khadijah, but we'll talk about that more. But listen, popular food critic Keith Lee, known for his viral TikTok restaurant reviews, recently sat down with Shannon Sharp on Club Shay Shay. Keith opened up about his struggles with depression and survivor's guilt after buying his first home. Interesting. Take a look.
Survivor's guilt, survivor's remorse of like feeling like it's gonna be snatched away, feeling like, yes, I have it, but how long do I have it for? It's trauma. It's definitely trauma. I had to sit and question and ask myself why am I in this house with my family and with the people that love me, and I'm surrounded by love and I feel alone. I'm always thankful, but for me it was like, this ain't mine. Survivor's guilt.
I think some people would look at that clip and immediately judge and like jump down his throat and say like, why would you say that? Because you got all this money. But like, why do you think he feels this way? Why do you think it's hard for some people who are famous and who have the means feel the same way that he just demonstrated in this clip?
I think, for one, maybe he is still in shock, because a lot of times, people don't always have the faith or see themselves in, who God has truly called them to be, to know that there is a possibility for them to truly make it out. So I feel like, now purchasing this home and being able to change the life of his family, it's making it real, and he's really realizing, hey, we're really here. Like,
really
this is
doing
real.
this.
We can touch it. Like, we have the land, we have the house.
Yeah.
It's a different reality. So I understand that, but on the outside looking in, I always thought that like Keith Lee had like, I always felt like he was really kind of emotional a little bit, just in his tone. And so, to see him like, talk about that is really encouraging. And, it's good to see as well that he's in tune with his emotions and that he's kind of working
As
through
a
it.
black man.
Yeah.
For sure, yeah. So, I mean, it's good to see.
Yeah. Yeah, most black men don't want to talk about their emotions or really like, I think it's becoming more common.
Yeah.
And it's becoming more where black men are getting into their emotions to say, hey, I have emotions, I'm going to recognize them and I'm going to talk about them because they want to get better and want to have better emotions. So, I mean, I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
I kind of felt like he was talking, like you said, about imposter syndrome.
Yes,
That's what it
that's
sounds
a
like.
better
to me.
word.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But I think if you go on Club Shay Shay, you are bound to share all of your emotions. Like, I don't know what it is.
It's
what
that
type
shot,
of anointing.
it's that shot.
Yes, the shot again that they're taking.
the liquor.
What you was about to say? I'm sorry. I cut you off.
I feel like him feeling alone is like coming from a different place though. Like I don't feel like it's because of his success that he feels alone. I feel like it's like maybe like some trauma that he hasn't healed from
For
yet.
sure.
Like that is just now hitting him like where he's at, like with his success. So I don't feel like he should feel that way. Like, I feel like he should be
Right.
proud, you know,
Right.
and grateful of how far he's actually come with just eating food.
Yeah, absolutely.
And talking
No.
about it.
Yeah, but I think that because it is the just eating food, even though social media and, you know, consumers value that, that probably adds to the fact that he feels like maybe there isn't anything really special about me because all I'm talking about is eating food.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So maybe that's what also prompts him to feel like this could be taken away because what if the trends change and people no longer value
Internet
this, and this
dies.
is all that's really good about me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm
Yeah.
sure there is more to him, and even, you know, with these opportunities now, maybe he can find other facets of himself.
That is
Yeah.
such a good perspective.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
That's really
Yeah.
good. And so when you think about it, even in our own success, like the four of us at this table,
Yeah.
when you go back home or if you see your friends that you grew up with or you went to school with, do you have any type of feelings like he mentioned with like imposter syndrome, like, oh my God, I went to school with you? It's what it boils down to for me is like different choices.
Right, because we got the same 24 hours. I can't help it that you
Period.
decided that you wanted to go have 10 kids, and I decided to focus
Oh
on my career.
no, Junie.
Junie is gonna say it, okay?
No, on the opposite edge of that spectrum.
Please.
I don't look at it that way. I look at it like, you know, where I am now, as much as I thank God for it, I feel like it's only an upward trend. I know that God has called me to greater.
Sure.
And sometimes when I see people in my life that I went to school with that maybe haven't achieved, you know, where God really has for them yet, I really just pray for them. My heart goes out to them that they can walk in the truth of who God has really called them to be and try to encourage them to
beautiful,
let them know
Tally.
that what they see me doing is not unattainable for
Right.
me. It's not like God has greatness for me. He doesn't have greatness for
It's
you.
for all of us.
Yeah.
I know that's right. This
Very
is Evangelist
insightful.
Natalia, honey. Y'all give it up for Evangelist.
That's right. Give it up. Give it up.
And on that word, we are going to take a short commercial break, so y'all chew on that word. You hear me from the Evangelist. We will be right back with Girlfriend's Guide and Unpopular Opinion right here on POV. What up, social media? Thank y'all so much for kicking it with us on POV. Real quick, in your opinion, what song from 2024 will be the most remembered?
We know the consensus has been taken.
Yes.
They not
and
like
we have
us.
Yes.
we've all voted that it's probably going to be
Kendrick.
They Not Like Us, Kendrick Lamar for sure.
Not
Now,
Like Us.
I don't
They
really
Not Like
listen
Us.
to that song, but even for someone that doesn't listen to it, it's embedded in my head. It's so trending.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, it is what it is. There ain't no way around it. Drake even playing it at his
At his
concert now,
own
I heard.
concert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, if you can't beat them, join them.
Yeah.
There you go.
So what other song besides Kendrick, because that took over the entire
Yeah.
summer for
That's
everybody,
definitely
right?
gonna be iconic.
That's gonna be iconic.
Yeah.
But prior to the beef, what song was in y'all's stereo? That sounds so old.
I think Junie should know because she does all the
Wow.
trending
The
content with
TikTok
all the
trend.
trending songs.
And I'm trying to think really, really hard too. I feel like it would be like a Lotto or Glorilla song.
Hey,
Yeah.
7 p.m. Friday.
Yeah.
Was that this year?
95 degrees.
Oh,
I ain't got no.
Hey,
Ain't no. Ain't got me.
Okay.
Okay.
It's a dirty world. I will say,
I don't know anything about that.
You don't know about Glorilla?
No.
Okay, we'll school you after the show.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to school me too, baby, because I don't listen to
Okay,
no
thank
Glorilla,
you.
baby.
Not by myself.
Yeah.
On
no.
that note, we'll see y'all in a few minutes back on POV. Y'all are. I'm singing Kendrick Lamar's lyrics in my head. They not like us. Well, welcome back. Come on in and join the discussion. Let's get into Girlfriend's Guide. Well, honey, this is a little spicy topic. After a divorce, many women choose to go back to their maiden name, while others decide to keep their ex-husband's last name. In fact, a study found that 22% of women kept their married name post-divorce. In a recent interview, R. Kelly's ex-wife, Miss Drea Kelly, opened up about her decision to retain the last name and her reasoning behind it. Ooh, child, let's take a look.
At the end of the day, people shouldn't be worried about why I kept the last name. They should be worried about what I do with the last name, because the last name Kelly gets 2020 to follow me. The last name Kelly gets me on CNN to talk about domestic violence awareness and be an advocate. The last name Kelly allowed me to go on military bases and talk about abuse. The last name Kelly had me go to universities. And here's the real gag. Boo, if my name wasn't Kelly, you wouldn't even care. My name means more to you than it does to me. Because Miss Jones is going through the same thing I'm going through right now.
Woo.
Okay.
Ooh, she said the real gag.
Give it to her.
Yeah.
Give it to her.
The real gag
Give
is
it
that
to her.
y'all care about my name more than I care about it.
And we have to give it to her.
Yeah, no, she caught that tea.
Okay,
She caught that tea.
we have to give it to her because yes, she ate that up.
Yeah.
And she deserves all of that because whatever she endured with having that last name,
Yeah.
that's hers to claim, that's hers to keep.
That's
Yeah.
her last name.
I agree.
100%. Yeah, I understand. I get where Drea Kelly is coming from. She is not lying. If she was not Drea Kelly, if she was Drea Smith, baby, we would not know who she was.
At all.
Right.
So, you know, I get it. I appreciate it. And my mom, ironically, was married to my dad for years. And so they had 3 kids together. And when they divorced, she kept his last name.
Girl.
Yes, she did, girl.
Girl.
And for years, I would ask her when she was gonna give my daddy back his name. But it was her identity too, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And
Right.
so I can appreciate it. Now, me personally, I don't know, because you know when God be saving people in the Bible, He was giving them a new name, so I would have probably
Yeah.
went on and tried to take my new name, because maybe God could do something with that too.
Yeah.
But you know, I understand the motivation. My mama is who she is. Drea Kelly is as well, and
Yeah.
so I'll respect her, baby. Do what you want to do.
If I was a Kelly, I'd keep it.
You would keep it.
But some regular Joe,
What if your
I'm giving
name?
it back.
What if your name was like Roberta or something, and you was R. Kelly too? You would have kept that?
She got jokes. She got the word of God and she got jokes.
R. Kelly still ring bells, good or bad.
He does. Now, speaking of that, do y'all still two-step in the name of love?
Now,
still
if Step in the
two-stepping.
name of love,
It's
come on.
step,
If that come on,
two-step,
that's
what we
not
doing?
lying. We all 2-7 in the name of love.
R. Kelly had great songs.
I'm
great
getting up,
songs.
I'm getting up to do the dance.
Great
Now,
songs.
Now, I don't play the slow jams though.
You're not playing the slow
No.
jams. This is
He not
my
getting me in the
song
mood.
for real.
I was not really a fan.
You're not doing that?
Well, I wasn't really a fan of R. Kelly. I thought his songs were
Dang.
really way too sexual.
Okay.
I mean, just from the start. I mean, I like some of his songs.
Yeah.
But
I
like,
like a little sexual, you know.
what?
Not Raquel. You're not
think
gonna
they
put
were-
that on Raquel.
I think they were way too sexual.
Yeah.
And especially for kids to be listening to and
Yeah.
being on the radio anymore.
It don't.
But at that time, I think it really was rough. My mom kept her last name.
Okay.
I didn't keep my last name.
Yeah.
I mean, in my book, Falling Up: The Unstoppable Journey of a Tear, you can get on Amazon.
A plug.
I gotta plug
A
it.
plug.
I mean, I had similar situation with like a R. Kelly situation
Okay.
with.
They peed on you?
No,
They
ma'am. You had a what?
No.
Oh, my Lord.
You talk about your book, Raquel. You gotta talk about this now. You gotta explain this.
You
Put
can't
that on
just drop
Winter
that
Fest.
just
Raquel,
like that.
please.
Like which situation?
Right, you have a
Got to
situation.
be specific.
My ex-husband felt he needed to do things to other people as well. And
Okay.
And I realized
Okay.
that some of those things were being done to me. And so I write about it in the book because, like, well, he did go to prison. And so.
Okay, I gotta read this book. Come on now.
Falling Up: The Unstoppable Journey of a Tear, like a Mouseketeer, because, you know, I was on the Mickey Mouse Club. And so I write about my life in this book and about being on the show and my life of being married and coming out of that and finding my voice again and finding my confidence and about resilience and, you know, self-growth, you know, spiritual growth. So I talk about that in this book, and that was a part of it. So I can kind of relate. Now, I wouldn't have kept the last name, I don't think, unless it's going to help me. You know what I'm saying?
Like
Well,
Drea
it helped
Kelly,
her.
yeah.
And
She
it
getting
helped
around
her.
with that name.
And I don't see what people have the problem with that she kept the last name. She was married to the man. If she wants to keep the last name, that's her business. It helps her, good. You keep that last name, Miss Drea Kelly.
Go ahead, Raquel.
Raquel, you really got me over here clutching my pearls. I thought you were going a different story, a different way with this story. Like, wait, he done peed on you? My
Okay.
God, today.
Oh, well, so let me
like, wait a
let me
second.
gather
Bring it back.
myself.
Bring it back.
Let me bring it back, right?
Bring it back.
So in the interview, Drea mentions like she compares herself to Tina Turner. Now,
That was far.
That was well,
I'm
was
sorry.
it? Well,
That was
was it?
far.
Because she was on Lifetime Movie Network at one point, talking about how R. Kelly had her locked in the room and how she had to knock 3 times.
Lifetime,
before
we
he-
ain't talking about the Lifetime in the early
I'm telling you
2000s.
what the lady said.
Lifetime ain't what it
I'm
used to
just
be.
telling you what the lady said. She was locked in the room and she had to knock 3 times or something like that so he can come and open the door.
Wow.
But she compared herself to Tina Turner.
Well, you know what? I could understand a little bit. See, at first when she was talking about, that she was on stage and Tina was on stage, she was back up, Tina was thought act. But, I understand what she was saying. Now, thinking about the abuse that she went through because Tina was knocked down. Drea might have been knocked down.
yeah,
Eat the
yeah,
cake.
She
yeah.
Tina Turner.
He
in a
was
baby.
clearly abusive.
Eat the cake.
It was still
I just don't
entertaining.
like
she
the
was
comparing
abusive.
yourself to Tina Turner.
Yeah, Tina
I don't
is
like
different-
that.
different
I
genre.
don't like that. Maybe she might have got knocked down, but Tina was thrown away. She was thrown
But
away.
we don't know the extent of what Drea went through.
We don't, but like, why would you want to compare yourself to somebody else's abuse anyway?
She's just saying
Because of the
that
name.
Point of reference.
people didn't have a issue with Tina Turner keeping Ike's last name,
So why is
but
it a
it's such a
problem
big
for her?
deal that she kept R. Kelly's last name.
Well, I kept my ex-husband's last name for the sake of my children, but should I remarry, I will have it hyphenated because I've done some great things with this last name.
Yeah, and you're going to keep it.
And I'm gonna keep
That's
it.
right.
So we're gonna
Like Miss
clock that
Drea.
tea whenever it happens. But we're gonna move this right along, honey, because y'all are too much for me, and I'm trying to figure out like what Raquel got going on. But y'all buy her book, right?
Buy her
Okay. Well, it's time to switch gears and move on to the next segment, which is unpopular opinion. Things going on, a lot of trends, but have you heard of a MURSE? M-U-R-S-E. Some guys claim that if a man is wearing anything that is not a backpack or a briefcase, it's questionable. Would you agree?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
I think it's trending. I think it's the new fashion for men. And most of the time, they don't really be having nothing in there but a gun.
But a gun?
I'm done. Not the gun, Lord, not the wallet, not the iPhone, the
really
gun.
and truly. Really
That
and
was
truly.
not no
phone charger, just a gun.
It's the new backpack for men. But it's just more trendy.
But it's a purse.
It's a purse.
Right?
It's a man bag.
But you know what? That
Is it a
It's a
crossbody?
stylish. It's a stylish bag for a man. I don't see nothing wrong with it as long as it's not pink.
yeah, it depends for me.
Oh, it's gonna
I
be
don't
pink.
necessarily like my man to carry a MURSE unless it's mine real quick while I tie my shoe or bend down or do something.
Right.
but at the same time, I do like has been trending for a while, like in European fashion.
It has.
To me, it gives very metrosexual, but
Yeah.
I feel like now men are kind of getting a little bit more into that metrosexual fashion with the tailored jackets and the fitted clothes and things like that. So if you have that look, it kind of coincides. But now if you baggy with a MURSE, no.
Okay.
Well, what about nail polish for a man?
No, baby, that's gay.
Okay.
No.
Anybody?
No, absolutely not.
I like a clear coat. If it's a clear coat, I feel like
That's
it's
fine.
I feel like
the
it's
clear coat.
clean.
Yeah.
It's clean. It's
That's
clean. It shows that you take care of
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah.
Like a nice clear coat on the toe too. Like it
Yeah, I
shows
could do
it
that.
shows me that you take care of yourself.
Yeah. Right.
But the black polish or the white polish
design,
or like
you know,
the
they be doing the
designs,
designs.
the little
They
smiley
do the
faces.
designs on the one finger.
Yeah, that's
And you know
a
what I
little
always
far.
want to know? When you go to like a lot of these nail salons now, they always want to act like to the girls that they don't do designs on your short natural nail. But
they do.
how all the men be having all the designs on their nails?
Yes, I do.
That's a good question.
You think they doing like happy endings to get all the like designs or something? Because I'm trying to figure out how they get it and we can't get it.
Natalia.
No, ma'am. I don't
Between
think-
you
I
and
don't think
Raquel
that's what they're
today, I
I don't think that's what they're doing. I don't think it's giving happy ending.
Okay,
I don't
So to
think
get
so.
your nails done with a design, we giving happy endings.
Must
Raquel,
be, because I've been
don't
turned
think
down
so.
plenty of times about these nail designs, but
For
I see
real?
all the men have them. Yeah, like I be asking like one of my gay homeboys, like, where you get your nails done at? 'Cause they won't do mine.
They tell me no.
So what is too far for a man? Like, would you want your man to get his eyebrows arched and cleaned up? We already talked about nails. We talked about the
You know
purse.
what's too far for me? What's too far for me? My mom used to date this guy. He was from Germany back in the day. We loved him. Wayne Oliver Hoskins, if you watching this.
What's up, Wayne?
We still have love for you at my house. But he used to always wear, he was very metrosexual. He had money back in the day. But he always had like a chapstick in his pocket. And it did bug me a little bit that he constantly pulled it out. So it's a bit much for me, constantly put on that lip
He had
gloss.
on big soup cool. He had big soup coolers.
He had the lip was nice and moisterized.
I was about to say, you don't like a moisturized lip.
I do, but just turn away and do it real quick and come back.
But it's just chapstick.
You felt like
No, but he kept overdoing
like it was like, let me put a little more. Okay, I licked it off. Let me put a little more.
I can't with y'all. You know what? Well, what's his name?
Wayne Oliver Hoskins.
Hey, Wayne. We appreciate you, Wayne, okay? Wherever you at. I hope Chapstick sponsor him. But anyway, that is a wrap for today's show. A lot of laughs and giggles and Chapstick talk. But today's affirmation is no is a complete sentence. And I don't have to explain or justify my boundaries.
I like it.
Emphasis on the boundary.
This is what we're doing, good boundaries.
Well, listen, catch us here tomorrow. This is POV 7:30 p.m. We are out. Until next time.